Hey YouTube, how you doing?
Hello.
This is our first video that we're putting up, so we're gonna make this an introduction video here. My name is Andy. This is my wife.
And I'm Erin. And this is Maddie.
Yeah, and this is our Chihuahua Maddie. She's a camping dog, so she goes with us. I just wrote up a quick little something or other to go over so we didn't lose track of where we were at. Let's see here. So we did the intro. Let's talk a little bit about us. We've been camping for a long time. Erin grew up camping, and I started camping in about 6th grade. But that's camping. That's not hiking. A little bit of a difference. We hike while we camp, but that's just for a couple hours during the day. So the endeavor that we're about to attempt is going to take a little bit of training on our part, but we're going to bring you along with that.
And when I was a kid, I used to bike ride for about 60 miles a day. So to me, it's a little bit like, I know that I've kind of done something like this before, but on a bike, but I'm excited to do this.
I'm totally pumped. I really hope this works out. We are really hoping that we can make a go of this in some way, shape, or form, and yeah, we'll cover more of that in a little bit here. One of the things I wanted to mention, I guess I'm not really setting this up very good, but what the point of our channel is to raise awareness and funds for different research foundations and things like that.
To help people.
Or just to help people, you know, and
struggles.
And we'll be changing up our plan from time to time, you know. And right now, because of some family stuff we have going on, we're focusing on Parkinson's disease right now. So the funds that we're able to raise after we cover some things on our end that we need to make sure we can do, the funds that we raise are going to be donated to Parkinson's research, more specifically the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Did you want to add something?
That's one of Andy's mother's favorite actors, and she's been following Michael J. Fox with his Parkinson's because she has Parkinson's, and so that's where she would really like the money to go, is to the Michael J. Fox Research Center for Parkinson's.
Yep.
And also her sister's got Parkinson's too, Peggy, and it's really odd. Parkinson's can affect so many different people, and usually it affects more men than women, but unfortunately I don't know if that's always true, because my mother-in-law has it and her sister has it. So not only just one person, but two sisters, and within a couple of years we're diagnosed together, you know, with only a couple of years apart. So that's just kind of strange.
Did you say it's uncommon for women to have it, period?
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, both
typically
sisters.
found in men, but
yeah. So I got something to worry about here. Oh, side note, they won't test me for it though, because it's not covered by insurance. So I just get to find out if it happens to me. But I got a few points about, other than what we just discussed about Parkinson's, a few little interesting facts. I heard from watching the Michael J. Fox Foundation on YouTube. They have their channel, and I watched a few of their videos the other evening so I could be a little more prepared. I discovered that over 1 million people are diagnosed with Parkinson's just in the US. There are 1 million people right now, and that's just the people that are diagnosed. That doesn't count how it affects the family and friends and the community around them too. And that outreach is well beyond 1 million people, because it's one of these diseases, like a lot of other diseases, that steal your loved one from you, and it hurts. You know, you see them decline shortly over time. Her uncle is another great case of that. He was a gunsmith. He was in the Navy.
He was in the Navy.
He was big in the Navy.
He's a veteran. Supposedly he got his Parkinson's through Agent Orange, though.
Agent Orange.
Agent Orange, thank you. Agent Orange. Which is also sad.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that was a little unnerving. 1 million people doesn't sound like a lot when you compare it to the population of the United States. But if you think about 1 million people and their family and friends and community, that blows my mind. Yeah, so we're doing it kind of, I mean, they're all still alive, but we're doing it in honor of my mother, my aunt, and her uncle.
And everybody else was suffering.
Yeah, and that's why we chose Parkinson's to start with. we're going to discuss our mission a little bit. I kind of touched on that earlier. Our mission is to raise funds for whatever disease or illness or starvation or homelessness or whatever it is that strikes us next. But right now it's Parkinson's, so we're trying to make a go of this thing here.
And we wanna walk for every step that they can't walk anymore, and that's
Right.
why we want to do through long hikes and not just short hikes, because their battle with Parkinson's is a long hike and it's a hard hike. And who are we to be whining about a hard 800-mile hike when they are living inside of their body that is shutting down day by day? So if we can raise money to help them and we can give them joy in watching us hike their hike, then maybe we can give them hope
Yeah.
and inspire other people to walk too and to get out there, because our world is becoming closed in on ourselves on the internet and stuff, and we're forgetting the beauty of what's outside of our walls and our computers.
Right. Yep.
And
Yep.
that's why one of the reasons why our bodies are shutting down is because we're not getting the adequate nutrition and exercise and human nature and everything that your body needs.
Yep. Yep. So we're gonna. That's our mission, anyways. We wanna not hike for a cure, but hike for help. You know, hike for the hope that we can pass to people who are obviously fighting the good fight. The second point here is that Parkinson's is a progressive brain disease. It affects the brain, and once your brain is infected, it
Starts to do
affects
weird things.
everything.
Hallucinations.
And what it does is it deteriorates the brain over time. So you can't.
get dementia.
Yeah, you don't get better. You just get worse as of right now. You just a slow decline, a quick decline, a
and
fall.
muscles stop working. It's one of the big things, and then eventually their bodies stop working, but your mind, they can't speak because their mouth doesn't move because it doesn't connect anymore.
Yeah, we'll cover that in the four main
Oops.
signs.
Sorry, ahead of myself.
Okay. One of the things we'd like to discuss. Now, I caught a little bit of slack on this already from my sister because she said you need to have a YouTube following before you create a Patreon, and you can't have an Amazon wish list because you don't have a Patreon and you don't have a YouTube following. I created all three just so everything was there. In case somebody wants to jump on early and help us get some gear we need from Amazon, or, become a part of this beginning with us early on.
And we really don't know what we're doing. We're just doing whatever we can do to start. And
I don't even know if I set up Patreon and the wish list right. Somebody comment down below if you try I'm going to put them, hopefully get the links in the description here, and hopefully do that with every video. And I think I got it right, but you'll have to let me know if I screwed something up. But our Patreon link will be in the description below. And then our Amazon wish list, we created a Hiking for Hope page. So I don't know if you can search by Hiking for Hope or what have you. And then we have our wish list is titled the North Country NST, which is quite a long, I think it's 4,800 miles, but we're just doing the Minnesota section.
right now,
And that's approximately 800 miles.
I think the North Country Trail is going to be one that we won't thoroughly hike through hike.
No.
It will be in sections because we are from Minnesota and we know what the weather is like, and I'm not going to be out there in the
Right.
middle of winter. No. So I would love to do the whole one, but it'll be in sections.
We're starting small, We're not trying to
800.
get ahead of ourselves. Yeah, 800 miles. But I mean, obviously,
do it.
we have to train for it, and we'll be taking you along on those hikes. So before we go, there's going to be plenty of content, plenty of Patreon stuff still to come before we even get to the trailhead. I hope. I think it'll turn out great. A couple more points, like Aaron was mentioning. There's four main signs to Parkinson's. The first one is tremors. You see Michael J. Fox when he goes in public, his hand shakes, and sometimes he calms it down or he tells it, stop it, and he can kind of get it to calm down.
Or their face
You know?
doesn't work as well. They always look angry.
Yeah,
It's
that's
part of
coming up.
Parkinson's.
That's coming up. Just talk about what we're talking about. She's excited. She's excited for us to get going. So tremors, yeah, shaking. They call them resting tremors because normally they'll shake if you're not using those muscles. But when you go to use them, as long as your brain is still able to send signals to operate your hand correct. My mom gets little claw hands now. She can't really. But as long as your hand is still capable of maybe lifting a teapot, as long as you're using it, it doesn't really shake too terrible. But as soon as you let it rest, that's when the tremors will kick in. And it's not just your hand, it could be anywhere. Your legs when you're trying to sleep, whatever. The next thing, like Aaron was talking about, was rigidity. Your mouth, it's a stiffness of the muscles.
Yeah.
So your mouth kind of gets tight. You have trouble speaking. Your voice can be slurred. That's what happens to Mom a lot. Did you want to mention something on rigidity with muscle stiffness?
Nope,
Okay.
you did that.
Okay. The third one is slowed movements, and it can be taken as a weakness or fatigue. And obviously it's going to be fatigue because it sucks trying to drag your body behind you to get from point A to point B just in your own house, you know, from the living room to the bathroom. My mom, boy, she just, some days, on her bad days, she fights it. So slowed movements. And then the fourth main sign for Parkinson's is postural instability. Postural instability. Now, my mom is all hunched over because of, you know, Parkinson's and then a few other things too. But so she's all hunched over. She falls a lot. This typically won't take effect right away most of the time. It usually kind of digresses to that point. So it takes a little bit of time and you'll see it start to take effect. It sets in later on as the disease progresses. And then the last item about Parkinson's that I wanted to share was the symbol. Do you want to say the symbol?
No, you can.
Okay. The symbol for Parkinson's. Now, I don't know if they have a ribbon. I was trying to research on the ribbon, like the colors of Parkinson's and stuff, and somebody thought it was purple and gray. I don't know. But all I could find was a symbol. And the symbol for Parkinson's is the red and white tulip. And I'll probably find a picture and stick it up here somewhere. But the red and white tulip was genetically like bred by some guy in the late 1800s, I think. I wish I could remember his name. I read it. You can Google it and it'll tell you. They said his name. He was like a botanist, a doctor of botany or something, and he created this tulip that was red and white. And he named it after the Dr. Parkinson, who discovered the disease and named it after himself, because this doctor of flowers or whatever, he had Parkinson's. So when he was able to genetically modify these tulips to grow together and create this beautiful white and red tulip, he was fighting Parkinson's while he did it. So he named it after the doctor who brought it to light and discovered it. Very interesting story. So the red and white tulip. And now all we have here, our fire has gone out. I don't know if you noticed or heard it crackling. We had a little fire here. We were going to kind of set the mood, you know, and have a nice little camping. Anyways, in closing, what I would like to say is I thank you ahead of time for the people that watched this video to this point. Thank you very much for listening to us. It means a lot to us that you're following us to the end here on this one. I'd like to thank you if you check out the Patreon and the wish list and the link. There's going to be more on the wish list. I got 3 different tiers of membership set up on Patreon that you can be a part of with perks for all of those things. Check it out and you know, comment on this video or get, you know, DM us or email us. Somehow I can put an email address for Hiking for Hope down there. It's a Gmail, hikingforhope1953@gmail.com. You can email us questions, concerns, thoughts, anything, man. And we'd love to hear from you. And yeah, that's my closing argument. Do you have anything to say?
I would. I would. Also, in finding hope, we are both trying to find our hope on this journey, as well as Andy. He fights with mental illness, and I do too. And I have bought a lot of stuff in the last few years that emotionally. So I'm just feeling this will be some hope for myself to get to know who I really am and find my self-worth, and also find myself spiritually. And this is my part of the journey. My part of the journey is also reflecting on my God, on Jesus, and I also will be doing some stuff by myself. Maybe, I don't know, on Patreon or not. I haven't decided yet, but every morning, maybe on the trail, I was thinking about doing a morning devotion with everybody live. And just a prayer to get us going in the day, and everybody that's struggling with something in their life, to give them some hope, because that's what our channel is all about, is giving hope and receiving hope and bringing us up instead of getting us all scared all the time, and getting back into happiness.
We were told we have to post like weekly on the day. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. We're going to be posting a lot because we got a lot of stuff that we need to do to prepare for this. In fact, we even have a tent set up in our dining room right now. We moved the table off to the side so we can set up this tent that we're checking out to hopefully use to bring with us on trail, so we don't have to, try to get another tent.
Yeah,
or
pay another
anything.
thing. I found this one for $5.
$5 at a
Coleman.
garage sale.
So let's see if it works.
And the lady said the guy who owned it takes good care of his gear. And we haven't seen anything wrong with it yet, but it hasn't gone through the weather yet either. So.
And I've been a Girl Scout. I've been a camper since I was probably kindergarten.
Yep. I started in a cow pasture when I was in 6th grade.
Cow pasture.
Cow pasture. Yep. A guy. I shouldn't tell a story. It's a bad story. I'm not going to share it. Maybe on Patreon.
We'll share it later.
Maybe on Patreon.
Yeah.
All right. Should we end it?
Yes, peace, love, and hope. And I hope that that you guys will come on our journey, and I hope that things will work out. I pray that things will work out, and I'm hoping that maybe we'll be able to go the beginning of June this year. But
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes and how much we can raise.
We have a
to do this.
16-year-old, and he wants to spend his summer at home with his friends. So we're trying to arrange it so that we can be gone just for the summer and hopefully be back in time for
We'll
school
have the
to start.
finances to cover it
Yeah.
as well.
So we're hoping this thing pans out. Otherwise, we'll figure out something else. We're not going to quit.
Just one of our bucket list dreams,
Yeah.
and why not do it and bring hope to people and raise money for things that mean things to people, especially in hard times.
Right on.
Peace, love.
All right. We'll catch you guys
Love
in the
you.
next one. See you
Bye-bye.
later.